What you're going to see is a video of where Mick and I spent most of our younger years, our childhood and stuff. And a lot of it is just grown up, but we'll explain where everything is along the way. I hope you like it. Today we're back in a place that we spent most of our childhood, me and Mick both. This used to be just a dirt road. As you can see, it's paved now. And right here is what's left of the old schoolhouse. It's where my dad used to go to school. And across the road is where it was the land all the way down through here that we had when I was a kid. There's nothing here now but woods. But our home used to be on down the road there. And back behind where the old school is, I don't know if it was an old railway station or what, but later on, when I remember it, it's where Mick's grandpa lived. But believe it or not, we never met until we were grown up, and we lived like right across the road from each other. Right up there is the foundation of the porch of the house that we got when I was young. Before the porch was over there, it was just a little two-room shack, and they called it the honeymoon house. I guess it's because when people would get married around here, they would go here for a couple nights for their honeymoon, because there was no place to go around here. We're 50 miles from a store here. And we built around the house and built it all up once we got it. And all the way down, almost to that house down there, it was 33 acres, a little more. And I remember a lot here. Right here where the van is parked. Say hi, Buster. Where the van is parked, that's the spot that me and Mick met over 33 years ago. This is where I spent most of my days when I was a kid. Over here underneath this big old tree, playing when it was hot in the creek and catching minnows and all kinds of stuff, and sometimes a snake or two. But yeah, this was where I spent most of my time when I was little. This is where Mick's Aunt Gay's house lived, in the house there, and everything's changed now. They put other things in there, but that is the house where she used to live. This is the house that we moved into after we got married. This is where our son, the one who recently passed away, this is where he was conceived. And it was, they called it the Boone place. Flossie Boone lived there, and you had to come across a bridge here. That's why I'm not getting out of the vehicle. There was a footbridge here, and there's really no place to park. But anyway, that's where we lived when we first got married. Our neighbor lived, Vernon Kearns, and he was a preacher. He still is. He married me and Mick, and he also officiated our son's funeral. That's where my aunt's house used to sit, and she's my mom. She was my mom's sister, and right down the road here is where my grandma lived, where my aunt's son lives now. The white building over there with the blue trim and roof, that was where the post office was. I'm not sure what they do with it now, but this is the church. They just did build it, the Church of Christ. Well, they just did open it, but it used to sit over here. That was church before. Where Mick's Aunt Minnie used to live. It's a different house now. My cousin's daughter lives here now, but his Aunt Minnie was real good friends with my Grandma May. This is where my grandma used to live. not in this house. My cousin Roger lives here now. But the house was there, and she had a big old porch, and I remember playing on the porch. The outhouse was down through there. There was no indoor plumbing back then. There's Roger's dogs. I don't see Rog anywhere. And that's pretty much where we came from and how we grew up there. And the part about the place where we lived when we first got married, the little house there, I forgot to add that that is also where we lived when our first baby was born. And I kind of wanted Mick to cut it out because I'd forgotten him and I felt like I was playing favorites. But that's where our first son Kenny was born as well, and he died 5 days later. And now the two of them are resting on top of the hill there. And we went up to visit them, and we were going to film that, but it was just going to be too much at the time. So we'll try to do that another time, okay? Thanks.